Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here with episode 2 of our multiplayer, well, semi-multiplayer FTB Pyramid Reborn. Everybody's got their own island, but we have all of the islands filled and there's things happening, lots of falling out of the world and stuff. Between episodes, I spent some time running the seaback generator, getting extra clay, cobblestone, sand, and dirt going, generating a fair bit of charcoal so that we've got power ready and waiting for us. And I made some tiny charcoal so that I could cook my apples. There we go. Because the best use of your apples for food is going to be the Tiny Progressions cooked apple at 8 hunger and 128 saturation. It's hard to beat this food in general, but it's also hard to generate apples in bulk early on in this Oop, don't do that. Oh well. There we go. And I popped over to Silence Isle briefly, joined the red team, then popped back to the yellow team to get myself an oak sapling. After standing on the panic button for well over 5 minutes without getting a box, don't know what the issue might just be tick rate, might be my impatience causing me to think that, 2 minutes, 20 seconds was well over 5 minutes. Could have happened either way. Spent some time generating more oak wood so that we'd be able to make more of these item frames. Now, it's time to get going on some of the challenges. Specifically, if you check your guides in the appendix, you get a list of them and what they reward. The very first one just needs a basic drawer out of storage drawers. So it's very simple and very fast to get that done. And once you do, then you get access to the general resources. To hand in a challenge, you just take it over here to the center of the reward island and follow the instructions on the screen. Complete the objectives on the screens, place objectives in chest, wait for reward. In case of emergency, quest can be repeated. And the very first one that we're going to be doing is the basic drawer right here, which will reward us with some pretty blocks, some lapis, some redstone, and some iron, which we can then start duplicating. Once we're duplicating those, then we'll be able to... Oh, yellow team. Give it a moment for the resources to appear in the box. Once we are done... once we start getting these duplicated, then we'll be able to start expanding our resource generation area. And we're going to start with iron. Uses, oh, I'm not sure how much per. There you go. 2048 RF per iron ingot. So we need a better way to generate power immediately. Luckily, we have that available to us pretty simply in the form of furnace generators from Extra Utilities 2. All they require is 9 iron to get the first one, as well as 6 redstone, which we did not have enough power stored up for. Okay, let's get our furnaces cooking charcoal. This is the most, in my experience so far with the pack, which has been fairly limited. I haven't really gone much past the point we're about to get to. This has been the most annoying part of it, is getting that first furnace generator. Once we're up to 10 iron and 7 redstone, I'll be back. Once you've got that bit of redstone and iron to get going, the resource generation will become much nicer now. If you find that you don't have enough things to burn to actually make use of the charcoal, don't worry about it. You're going to be able to make tons of charcoal really soon. All you need to do to get the fire going is to drop something into the slot and pick it back up again. Your oak wood or birchwood logs and your charcoal can all be smelted, so you can easily start the furnace going and generating power without you needing to actually cook anything, and you will get the 1600 ticks worth of 1 RF per tick per furnace that's going. So, as mentioned, we're going to make ourselves some extra utilities furnace generators. Step 1 is a machine block. Well, 4 of them, technically. And then we need a... Oh, whoops. Don't have the cobble I need on hand. There. Fixed. This is going to speed us up immensely compared to the Seebeck generator. And we're going to go ahead and tear up the furnaces that are currently in place and replace that Seebeck generator with this furnace generator. As we no longer have need of the Seebeck generator, we will make a little shrine to its ability to get us off of our onto our feet later on. The great thing about the furnace generator is it with the charcoal in there, it will generate 1600 RF at 40 RF per tick. If I'm reading all of that correctly, which is going to be able to produce per charcoal. You can make another 7 and change charcoal. So you already have an infinite power generator right now, just like that. Congratulations, you have reached the end of the game. Nope, wait, there's lots more to do still. We need to make more of these resource generators so that we can take advantage of parallelization, get a bunch of resource generators set up on top of the furnace generators. To do that, we need to make ourselves the... Oh, and that reminds me. The second reward objective is the extra utilities furnace generator. So they pretty much point you straight to this. To make more of the resource generators, we're going to need to get the powered crafting table, which is just a bit of redstone around a crafting table. Really simple. Assuming you've got enough redstone. I always like to leave at least one of each generatable resource in the chest, so that I don't accidentally use all of them. We've got enough power for a while. I'm gonna start generating more redstone for the time being. We will be setting up a long-term system that will cover all of our needs more or less automatically. That's a later issue. Okay, so crafting table, redstone, and we're just going to plop this down next to the furnace generator, because even siphoning half of the power that it's generating off into the powered crafting table is still going to be producing 3 and change charcoal per charcoal that we burn in the furnace generator. Speaking of, now that we've got enough, we're going to go ahead and make another furnace generator. Yeah, we can go ahead and make all 3 more. Get another one going on our power generation resource generator, our charcoal generator, I guess. And for my tastes, the next step is automating the power supply to these furnace generators so that we don't need to worry about it. But before we do that, resource generator. 1 block of redstone, 5 blocks of iron. You're going to need 45 iron before you can make your next resource generator. So once you've got half a stack of redstone kicking around, go ahead and get your iron cooking again, and we're going to let that run for a little while. While we do, you know what? I think we can speed this out. Nope, it's actually... Yeah, now it's burning the power faster than it's being generated. Good. But we're not going to bother putting any more in there. We're just going to go and turn this furnace generator in so that we can get our tin and copper and something else. Get what? Boom. And that's the end of the super simple, you're going to be able to do this in your first play session hand-ins. After this, gravel. That was the other one. Gravel. After those two are complete, then you're on to actually digging into the various mods to some extent or another. Next on the list is the greenhouse fan from forestry and the induction furnace from industrial craft. But we need to do the greenhouse fan first because we need rubber to do the induction furnace, and we get our rubber sapling from doing the forestry greenhouse fan. To make a greenhouse fan, we're going to need to get into making electron tubes, as well as camouflaged paneling. So we've got to set ourselves up a dye generator of some form or another, because we're going to need plenty of yellow, red, and blue. We're going to need to start making wood pulp, which is done through the carpenter, which means getting lots of bronze. So we've got quite a lot of steps ahead of us. First things first, though, I'm going to be building a couple more of them. Ooh, whoops. Mistakes were made. That's okay. There's a solution here that will avoid us losing much, anyway. I thought that the crafting table on a stick was made with a sign. That's okay. We will not be building on the main island, just near it. We can solve this. You know, honestly, I can also just solve it. I wonder what kind of damage those do. Like this. Huh. How do you get across that? The danger and excitement of playing on a skyblock. I failed to light up my island, and now I'm paying the price. It literally does 0 damage. It cannot attack things at all. As you can see, mob creeping is turned off in this pack, so don't worry about creeper explosions destroying your everything. The first explosion of many... I accidentally made compressed iron. That's kind of hilarious. Apparently the explosions will still kill your sign, and because of the way explosions work, you will get... you have a chance of getting compressed iron. That's just hilarious start to the game. Bye, Enderman. There we go. And recovery. Fantastic. This is why everyone else is building with bottom slabs. We've got to make this place prettier. And soon. And apparently I need... The reason I needed to get the oak was specifically for the... Oh, oops. These item frames. There we go. And... we're in pretty good shape. Alright, life is good. No, don't attempt to duplicate the item frame. Come on. Alright, get a second one of these resource generators going. Wow, this thing holds 62 million energy. Boom. The recipe difficulty has been increased. I hope that's just for me. Anyway, the next one that we make is going to cost 10k RF. And we will be making a next one. Actually, we can do it right now, can't we? Oof. Hello, tree. Already sick of having to look over and hit the crafting table. There we go. Crafting table on a stick is go. Don't tell me those also require oak planks. They do. He thinks there was some ore dictionary mix-ups in the, during dev time on this pack. That's okay. Such things happen. And another 10k gone. The next one is going to require 100,000 RF. As you can see, it rapidly increases. But that's okay, because now we can get 3 generators going at the same time. Powered by our 3 furnace generators. And have one of them permanently producing charcoal and supplying the others with energy. And to do that, we're going to make ourselves a storage. Okay, crafting table on a stick is not opening a crafting interface. I blame server lag. Yes, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. We're going to want ourselves a storage drawer. Go on top of this one. That's going to be the source of our power. If you don't have an inventory on the resource generator, it just spits it into the world. And now, we need to transport that power where we want it. For that, let me make a iron, turn this chest into an iron chest. Stick it on top of here. Get the other item frames going. That'll be good for the time being. And I think I want more. I want to start generating copper and tin. Let's get those going. Nope. Gunpowder is not a generatable resource. It does not belong in there. There we go. Okay. 1 redstone. Grab the rest because it is time for us to start making some transfer goodies. Oh, right. We need glass first. And we have a bit of stone built up. We'll cook 32 glass for now. And we're going to want a generator. I mean a regular old boring furnace. We can also make a extra utilities furnace. I mean, extra utilities? Yeah. We just need to cook up some clay to make it happen and surround a machine block with it. But for now, this will do. I'll do that likely between episodes. Because I needed to cook up a bit of sand into glass. Nope. I'm green. I'm also out of apples. That's okay. We'll be getting on a mob generator soon so that we have an infinite amount of bone meal to go around. Because it's easy to build a monster tower when you have nothing but when your resources basically magically appear from power. It's fantastic. I quite enjoy the resource generation in this. If you think that I'm being flippant, I am not. It is fun. Yeah, we'll do 2 packs of transfer nodes to start. Actually, we'll do 1 stack. Well, the transfer pipes, and then we just need a chest to turn that into some item transfer nodes, and then a stick to configure. Because if I remember the way these things work correctly, I should be able to do like so. Otherwise, I'm about to be set. Oh, do I need a wrench for extra utilities too? In a long time. Yeah. So we're going to want to get some floral powder. Okay. In the meantime, we can do like so. Now, do you need grid power to... Nope. You run without grid power. And as you can see, the generators are being kept full. Fantastic. Now, this guy is going to be producing enough charcoal to feed all 3 of these generators and have a bit extra pile up, slowly but surely. And half of the power it produces is going to be fed into this powered crafting table, so over time, we will be able to slowly grab some more stuff out of the powered crafting. For example, I could make another resource generator. This is, in my opinion, a great early setup. Everything is powering itself, and all I need to do is change out the items in the item frames. And I guess I'm patting myself on the back there, but I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, now it's just a matter of actually getting the resources generated so that we can start making use of them. And since we've got the materials to do so, we can generate some marble and some basalt and maybe pretty this place up a little bit. Alright, I actually have a fair few resources now. I've been kind of letting things run while I dealt with some pretty nasty server issues caused by a mod bug. Which has now been resolved, and there's probably an update going out in the very near future about that, as well as started building down below, getting myself set up, because I want gold. I like having the item transfer pipe, having the transfer pipes and the transfer node items. If I want a transfer node for energy, then I need to have gold. Where is it? There it is. See? And it's pretty easy to get gold in this pack, though it is slightly hazardous to do in multiplayer. So I've been basically just letting these things run, fill up my charcoal, generate a bunch of the tin and copper and redstone and iron I'm going to need for the next step, as well as make a bunch of different earths for, you know, basically same idea. Next steps, be ready for them. Ooh, you know what? I should make more clay. Good on sand for the moment. I'm gonna toss that, I think. And we'll leave this 7 behind. Set these to cook, because I'm gonna need brick at some point. Just basic hopper into an iron chest there. I want a faster way to get down to the nether, because I'm impatient. And right now, a faster method means I need water at the bottom, so I have a nice soft thing to land on, as we haven't built a mob spawner or anything like that yet. You can make yourself a second water bucket in the powered crafting chamber by putting in a water bucket and a bucket. Unfortunately, what you get out is stacked up buckets. Make sure that you set them down individually. If you shift click it out of here onto your bar and then use them, it will consume both and return a single bucket, and you will be a sad person. And let's go ahead and grab some more water, take it downstairs with us. I've already died once, misjudging my time going down the ladder. Ow. And we've got a nice 3x3 pool of water here for me to attempt to land in the future. Could have left my clay axe behind. Unfortunately, it's still a very long climb back up, but we'll have to do something about that when we have more tools available to us. In the nether, built a little cage of glass around the nether portal as mob griefing came pre-configured to off, so I don't need to worry about the ghasts destroying it. I can just work with what I've got. And I've got myself a Pigmen spawn platform set up over there. I'm now going to put the finishing touches on so that I can easily kill Pigmens. The reason I'm setting it up like this is so that they can only come they can only push each other off through this one spot, and with me standing here swinging an iron sword at them, it shouldn't be a problem. All I need to do to make lots of Pigmen happen is stand over here. That entire platform is more than 24 blocks away, and lots of Pigmen should spawn relatively quickly, as there's nowhere else in the nether for them to spawn except on other people's platforms. And then when I'm ready to kill Pigmen, I just need to damage one of them, and all of the Pigmen in the entire nether will try to kill all of the players in the entire nether. And if you're not careful, you'll end up killing your competition on a different area. So I am now, as you can see, died to Pigmen. Finvera fell out of the world. That was my fault. Letting them know I'm about to kill some Pigmen. Oh, and you do have access to better, there you go, better builder spawns. So it's pretty cheap and easy to get your hands on relatively major building options. Yeah, with this gap here, they can't get to me. Oh, and if I'd been swinging properly, then I probably would have been able to kill them all off, but I guess I need to include something that will make that a little bit better. Didn't work out quite as well as planned, but we still got a bit of gold out of it. We need to gather one full... There we go. Fantastic. I guess I better put down another bit of glass there for when it's time for me to kill them. We do need to gather one full bar's worth of gold to be able to make more. There's no powered crafting station recipe for the gold nuggets, but there is for the resource generator. And there might be other ways for you to go get your gold, but this seems like the fastest and easiest approach. So once we get this done, I'll be back upstairs to finish off my Quest 1 and 2 based. Ooh, magma cream. That's great news. We're going to need to hunt some of them. We're going to need to expand that and give ourselves more room to fight and kill Pigmen later, but I'm not going to bother with that until I have, well, not fight and kill Pigmen, but nether mobs, because, well, you know what? I might not be accurate here. I might be able to avoid killing any other nether mobs than the Pigmen. Well, ghast. Ghast is probably an issue. I don't know if there's a way to create ghast tiers. There we go. Much better. Now, the biggest worry is that a Pigmen might spawn somewhere behind me, but that's why I lit everything up back there. It's a lot of dead piggies. Also slightly concerned about zombies. Because of the zombie spawn when hit mechanic. If you end up with regular zombies, you might have some of them spawn somewhere behind you. Let's see if we got what we needed. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. You can make something that is a lot better at grinding out your pigmen if you want to farm them in bulk. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Let's let Silent know about that. At least I think that's Team Red over there. Anyway. I'll meet you back upstairs. Now that we've got gold cooking up in our resource generator, we have a number of options that open up to us. The one that I'm immediately interested in is, well, the two I'm immediately interested in are the transfer node energy. Oop, I did not grab my transfer pipes. I didn't. Silly. And I'm actually going to want a few of these, 3 to start, and we'll be building more as we need to, as I'm just going to set up kind of a power bank so that everything runs evenly. Like, this guy's not running at the moment, and it could be running to help make this build faster. What I'm thinking. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and pick up our generators. And set them up just like this. So they're still getting filled by the transfer pipe. Oh. And then, oh, I need to get lower, don't I? Well, this has been a while coming anyway. Oh, I think that I want just a plain raw marble base platform. I think I like the idea of that most. And I need a full crafting grid to make myself a better builder's wand. Sure, it's on horizontal mode. Under here, start putting you down. Almost see the edge, but not quite. Fantastic. If you're wondering about the numbers popping up, we have a mod that shows us where things can spawn that I don't remember the name of. So let me search my key for F4. Light level overlay. And the numbers are only showing up there because you can hold Control and push F4 to toggle which mode it's on. Minimal mode only shows light where things can spawn. Easy method of getting a platform going is to build it a bit lower than you absolutely have to. Or a bit wider than you absolutely have to. That does mean you're going to have more to light up, which by this stage of the game is, of course, not any sort of an issue whatsoever. Cool. Now we can actually get underneath these and put our energy transfer nodes on and run some more pipe. How do I want to do the transfer? I want to put it like so. Because I still want to be able to walk through here. Fantastic. And now everything is powered and all of our generators will be working at all times. There. Now I'm happy with my first 2 episodes and first 2 missions. we're going to be doing a visit to everybody's island where we talk about how people were setting things up for next time. And then we're going to be figuring out how we're going to mutually move on with the series. Thanks very much for joining me and the rest of us. Hope you've had a great time. I sure have. If you've liked the video, leave a thumbs up, tell me what you liked. If you haven't enjoyed yourself, please leave a thumbs down and tell me what I can do better. Either way you want to see more, click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.